Hi there, I'm Chie and welcome to my channel. With so many watercolor supplies available, it's tough to know which ones are truly worth the investment, especially when you are just starting out. So today I'll be sharing my tips on starting watercolor painting on a budget, along with my personal recommendations based on years of experimenting with different materials. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to talk about is watercolor paints. They come in different forms and each has its pros and cons. Let's go over the two main types. First, pan watercolors. These are dry cakes of paint that you activate with water. They are great for beginners because they last a long time and are easy to carry around. They are excellent to travel with for urban sketching during your trips. The second is tube watercolors. These comes in small tubes and you just need to squeeze them onto your watercolor palette and you're good to go. One of the biggest differences comes from whether the paint is student grade or artist grade. Student grade watercolors are more affordable and great for beginners. They have more feelers, which means slightly less intense colors, but they still work well for practicing and learning. I would go for a student grade set of 18 to 24 colors from Winsor & Newton Codman or Sonnelier La Petite Aquarelle. I'm sure there are other alternatives around like Schminke Academy, but these are the ones I've tried and find them almost as good as the professional range, and they are available readily here in France. Artist grade watercolors have more pure pigment and richer colors, but they come at a much higher price. If you want to upgrade without spending too much, start with just a few artist grade primary colors and mix your own shades. In fact, that was how I made the transition after using student grade colors for quite some time. For this, I'll go for Winsor & Newton Professional, Sonnelier's Aquarelle, or Holbein Artist Watercolors. Next, we discuss paper. Through trial and error, I found that 300 GSM or 140 pound paper is best for watercolors. I prefer 100% cotton watercolor paper, although it can be pricey. A great budget-friendly option for beginners is Canson XL or Clairefontaine Aquapad. This cellulose pulp paper typically costs around 10 to 15 euros for a block of 30 sheets, making them great for practicing and testing out ideas. If you're looking for an affordable 100% cotton paper, I recommend Baohong Academy paper. While it's available in watercolor blocks, I usually buy it in a 10-meter roll and cut it to desired size myself. This costs around 45 euros and it's also a great option for making your own watercolor sketchbooks. For other artist grade paper, I would go for Magnani 1404, Clairefontaine, or Ash. Since they can be expensive, I try to always buy them in large sheets for a more budget-friendly approach. If for some reason I buy them in blocks because of discount, I usually go for the larger size format too. I only use these papers for final paintings after practicing a few times on cheaper paper to ensure I get the result I want. Moving on to brushes. When it comes to watercolor brushes, there are two key factors to consider: shapes and bristle type. Synthetic brushes are more affordable and, in my experience, easier to control, especially for beginners compared to natural hair brushes like squirrel or whistle hair. Start with just 2 to 3 essential brushes. I typically use a round brush size 8 or 9, a 3/4 inch flat brush, and a small detail brush. While synthetic brushes work well, I occasionally use a natural hair mop brush when I need it to hold more water and paint. There is no need to splurge on a fancy palette. I personally use inexpensive plastic palettes which cost around $5 each on AliExpress or Amazon. These allow me to set up different palettes depending on what I'm painting. You can also use a white ceramic plate or even a plastic lid for mixing colors. Trying out watercolor painting doesn't have to be expensive. You just need a little creativity and resourcefulness. In fact, I rarely pay full price for my art supply as I wait for sales take advantage of discount at my local art stores, and stock up during seasonal promotions like Christmas or back to school sale when the biggest discounts are available. Ultimately, your budget and preferences will determine your choices, but you don't really need the most expensive materials to create beautiful art. Some of my favorite paintings were made with the so-called inferior supplies. While high-quality materials can help along the way, they should never be a barrier to you expressing your creativity. And that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you found it helpful, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel for more watercolor tips and art adventures. Let me know in the comments what's your favorite watercolor supply, and thank you for watching today. I will see you in the next video.